Welcome to Clean and Sober Stoner. If Braun and I can stop battling, I've got one of the great personalities in all of Stoner Doom, Mr. Braun Dabbey, otherwise known as Legalized Braun, otherwise known as Legalized Lex, otherwise known as the bass player for, I don't think you're Sludge, but you guys call yourself Sludge, right?
Well, we get lumped in with all the sludge and doom, and to us, we're just a heavy rock and roll band,
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the stuff in the genre is got hair in my mouth. A lot of the stuff in the genre is just like heavy rock, man. Like, we're all fans of like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, and I was raised on like Motley Crue and stuff like that, and like we're fans of heavy rock, man. And nowadays, if you're a heavy rock band, you get lumped in with the doom category, which is totally fine. I mean, I've enjoyed the whole experience in the scene. People tend to be
I've been,
very open and accepting and helping, and
I've been thinking about that a lot over the past year. Like, it's called Stoner Doom, but within that, you have Doom folk, you have some crust punk stuff, you have Black and Doom, you have progressive stuff, you have psychedelic stuff.
you got prog rock bands. Like, I mean, like Alan John's prog rock band, dude.
With,
Like
oh, Howling Giant
Alan
is
John's prog rock, dude. I saw, so they just played Al's Bar, and it was them, Horse Burner, Brew House.
this month is a brutal month.
It really is,
Like,
man. It really is. You never know what's going to get released.
you're going up against Baracho.
Yeah, that's a good album too.
You're going up against Black Moon Cult.
Yeah, yeah. No, those guys are killer too.
Florist.
Man, and there's like, I love the Black Moon Cult guys, man. Caleb and those guys. Oh, I love them, dude. And they're so sweet. They're the sweetest dudes, man. And we've got to play with them. I think we played with them in Toledo at like some sort of like 10-band fest or something. It was like 10 bands for $10.
That's where I'm from, by the way.
Oh, Toledo? Nice.
Well,
Where do you
I
live now?
lived outside Toledo.
You
Right
live
now, I'm in North Carolina.
Yeah, you're around Crystal Spiders territory, aren't you?
Oh, I'm right there, like right up the street.
Yeah. They left their banner at my. It's good. It's real. It was my first attempt at video editing. I've been trying to get better at things that I'm not comfortable with this year. And like video editing was something that I've kind of taken on and wanted to do a little bit more of, especially like trying to make reels for the bands. Like, I don't want to do like kitschy. I hate it. I hate content. I hate the idea of it.
Well, I think the whole scene hates the idea of content.
Like, I mean, got to play the algorithm, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it like to us, like live footage and like things that feel organic to us, really. And that's where I want to keep it. I'm not trying to do dances and stupid like.
You should. When
Saying that, man, they're like, "Oh, we'd love to see you guys dance." I'm like,
when Halsey or Katy Perry comes out with a new song, y'all should be like lip syncing it like the girls on Instagram, and then do your little dance.
Watermelon, if I'll build watermelon.
We can talk all day about other bands. Can I throw a couple more out there?
Yeah, let's go.
Plague of Carcosa has knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
With their album coming out, we have Tar Pit, Giant Haze for those of us who like the stoner psych type stuff. He has Super Naughty from Italy. And of course, no, next month is Doomsday Prophet. You're lucky. Next month is Doomsday.
I caught Doomsday for the first time at
Asheville.
Yeah, in Asheville. Yeah, we're in that.
I think I've seen Doomsday.
I saw you and we hugged. I was just like, you're like, easy on my back. I'm like, easy on my back. It hurts just as bad.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a veteran on disability with a sore neck, and I can just picture you bear hugging and picking me up.
Yeah, no way, man. I mean, it's yeah, potentially enough bourbon. I'm sure I would try.
Doomsday. I've seen Doomsday like 6 times. And
I booked him on the Legalized for 2026.
That was the best show they've ever done. I don't know what that drummer puts in their soda water before they start.
Yeah.
But that's the right drummer with Ryan Sweeney on bass. Everything just felt
good,
so tight, and they're so confident.
Good, and they got like Torch vibes and Paul Bearer vibes. Like but like it's still their own sound. Like, man, they're just. I was blown away. Like they were one of the sets that like I just like dude, like I was sitting back on that couch.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that was a great place to be.
there's
I
all
have
these couches, man, and I was like, this is so cool because like I feel like that old guy when I go to shows now, and I'm like, when there's places to sit that you can still enjoy the bands, I'm like, oh, dude, I love this, man, because like I love a good sit down, like especially at a Doom show, like oh man, like Dead Vibes, man, I was up front for Dead Vibes the whole time. Gosh, they were good too.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
Rob
That was a bit
Solid.
extreme for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um but
They we I actually met them before I showed up to the show. They were at a
let me ask you, is there one to three bands, like pick three bands that blew you away and I'll give you mine.
at that in particular,
Yeah.
or definitely Dead Vibes. Some Nuri.
Oh yeah.
I'd listened to them before. They did a COVID era like live stream from St. Vitus, and they opened for Spotlights. So and I'm a big Spotlights fan. I love Spotlights. So like I paid to get the stream, and I bought the shirt with the stream and all the stuff. And I saw them with that, and I went and listened to them, and then it was a kind of a band I forgot about, and then I saw them live, and I'm like, oh my god, like dude, and I've been listening to them nonstop, like,
Okay, so,
I can't narrow it down to three. There's so many good bands, dude.
I
Bronco Cold, um, I mean, Doomsday Prophet was awesome. Ooga Booga was awesome. Um, man, Bonehawk was great. Like
Bonehawk.
good. Like, but my top three would be would be Sonari, Doomsday, and Dead Vibes. Those were the three that I was just like, they hit me in all the feels that I like with everything,
Yeah.
I had to leave before Year of the Cobra.
Oh
And I
man.
was bummed, but my wife was all hot, and she just needed to get out, and it's like it's
Well,
cool. Like
we had to leave before we left during Restless Spirits first song.
Oh yeah,
And
I love
I
Restless
owe them a man,
Yeah.
but she was sick. I was feeling like horrible, and we had because that was a grueling show. I think for me, I think Temple of the Fuzzwitch.
Oh
which
yeah,
I didn't bond. I don't bond with Blackened anything on record, but to see him live, I'm like, I had total.
Their vibe's so cool because like if you don't like black and stuff, just wait a second, and they're gonna play some Doom stuff.
I got
Like, Noah's
huge.
such a sweet guy. Like Noah's a sweet dude, man.
He
Like
is.
we
And
Crop got lucky. We did a run with Temple and Astronaut back last fall. So fall 2024, we were able to do a handful of dates with both of those bands, and like we came up the first day, and like we like internet broed each other, but we never met, and like I mean it was like instant. Like all of us were just like BFFs. And like we were all just talking, hanging out, smoking weed, like just like it was like we knew each other forever,
Yeah.
And that whole run was real cool. Like we did a Detroit date, and we did a Reggie's in Chicago, and I brought them down to Lexington, and we did a Lexington date, and like it was like a Sunday, and there's still like 50, 60 people in the room, and they're like, holy crap. I'm like, this is a bad night for us here. Like we do all right in Kentucky, man. Like people come out, they like us. We got a party vibe that they our music's kind of it's sad, it's depressing music, but like it
what Crop is sad and depressing?
well, like theme wise, yeah, like there's a reason the new album's called SSRI. Like, I mean, it gave us a certain release, being able to address some issues we have with ourselves and battles that we struggle with internally. And, we, that release we get from it like makes us feel like we do when we play live, and there's a lot of energy that comes off of that.
I listened to your first album before we came because I wasn't listening to the new one, and that's the vibe I got that you were just setting something up. Let me do my other two.
Oh yeah, you do yours. Okay. What's the first one? Oh, Temple. Yeah.
Bronco blew me away. I've seen Bronco before.
Yeah,
I
I
had
never see Bronco, man.
I had
God, dude.
never seen them click
And
like that.
I'm like Toke fanboy. Like
Oh yeah.
I adore. I saw so I saw Toke like a bunch of times. And my favorite was 2021 Psycho Las Vegas at the Hard Rock venue. And it was just like slammed full of people, and their energy was just insane, and the crowd was insane. And like, I mean, dude, it was just,
Yeah.
man, it was like, it was, oh, I love it. And like, I like, Broncos just an extension of that, man. Like they're so good, man. They're so good.
They
And
they're
I,
good. They
I'm
had
glad.
a
I'm glad to see him out
yeah.
doing his thing, because he definitely deserves all the flowers he gets. Like he's a very talented bass player, very talented vocalist, very stylish guy. Like I
Yeah.
mean, he hits a lot of the points that I'm like, man, like they got a vibe, they got a look,
And this is
there's
the
a lot of
first
stuff I
time.
like with the band, and like a lot of that stuff is like, yeah, I mean, like I want a band to look like a band. I don't want you to get up there in cargo shorts and look like a dude that's in the crowd. I want you to look like you're in the band, man. Like put them cowboy boots on. I walked up to him when he was like tuning, and I like rubbed his snakeskin. I was like, oh man, them snakeskin boots, boy, woo! Like
They were, I think it was a combination of the sound was pretty good in Nashville. I
yeah,
had
yeah.
a couple complaints.
I I mean, I do legalize, and like, I talked to Josh after that. Josh kind of hit me up and was like, "Hey, man, you've done this. Like, do you have any pointers or anything?" And I was like, "Man, dude, honestly, for your first year, you crushed it."
Oh, it
Like,
crushed.
I mean, I'm sure you've got internal things that like, oh, I could do this better, or I can prove this, or whatever. But it's like all that stuff's so minute compared to like the whole vibe, and like everybody was so cool. Like everybody was like, and just like, I mean, you walk into a room of people you don't know, and like instantly we're all friends because of the music, and
Yeah.
like it just had that vibe the whole time. And you can't, if you've got that starting out your first year, you're only going to build better from there. It's only
Oh
going to,
yeah.
like, because people are going to talk about it, people are going to travel to it, people are going to come up, people are going to come out, and it's just going to get better. And especially if you have a first year that's that good, I mean, all you can do is go up, like,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
weren't even there for the pre-show on Friday.
oh no,
Oh,
we came in late Friday night,
yeah.
and we were just like, we were starving. We got checked into the hotel. And by the time we even got into town, it was late. And we were like, okay, we got to find some food. And then we wound up at this place called Yacht Club, Asheville Yacht Club. It's like a little tiki metal bar. And I walk in, like, bartender's got a High on Fire shirt. And like, we're sitting there talking, and they got the Prices Right on in the background. Me and this chick sitting at the bar betting quarters on whether the girl's going to kiss Bob or not. Like, dude, it was fun, man. Like, it was I mean, but
Kurt.
that's fun anywhere I go. I'm
Number
just that.
one. I got to do my number one. Then we
Yeah,
got to move on to you.
yeah, yeah.
Bonehawk was the most
Yeah.
strategically placed accident ever because the majority of Asheville Doomed and Stoned, it was very heavy, it was harsh vocals,
Heavy
it
though.
was very sludge. But Bonehawk had that element of groove to it, a
Yeah,
little bit more of a stoner, almost desert vibe.
yeah.
And my jaw dropped with Bonehawk. They were
Yeah,
spectacular.
they're real cool, man. They got a whole different vibe, man. And I watched I watched every band's whole set.
Yeah.
You could not. Cool thing about like Bonehawk and Stone Nomads is they played in Lexington the Friday before, and I booked them at Al's Bar with Banshee. Like I booked them. I think it was Banshee.
Wait, my favorite unsigned band ever, Banshee.
Well, they might have something in the works. Um,
Do you know
but,
something?
I know a lot of things. Um, I booked. They needed a date to get to Asheville because they were all out, doing their
Mhm.
thing or whatever. And Nate from Bonehawk was like, dude, I look forward to meeting you. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna see you Saturday. Like, I'm on my way to Asheville. Like the show will be cool. You'll have a good time. I've got posters up. I've been promoting it, but like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you at the fest. Like, I'm already got. I've left town. Like, I'm on my way down.
One
Um,
more I need to drop. One more.
yeah.
Dope Scum. Seeing Cody and
Yes.
Dope Scum to
So
me, that was bucket list for me.
they came to Al's.
I love that band.
They played at Al's with Storm Toker and maybe Appalachitari like a year ago ish. And it was the first time I saw them, but like they kind of popped up like a lot of times, like because I like Bandcamp a whole lot.
Mhm.
And so Bandcamp gives me some like, and I tell people this all the time, like if you ever feel like
Queuing up Formaldehyde, what give me a sense, what can we expect from this monster?
when we were writing Formaldehyde, it was kind of different for us. Like we really approached this album from a different angle compared to the first album, and we wanted to push our boundaries for like dynamics and the things that we could do. We also we wanted to explore a lot of our like 90s sub pop, like Seattle grunge influences, and kind of push our vocalist into different territories as far as what he could do dynamically with his voice. And Formaldehyde's a really good example of that evolution that we kind of came with going into writing this album.
Okay, and I haven't heard anything except for what was on the Heavy Underground Farm Report, which is a video of you sitting in the bar looking for Mr. Goodbar.
That video you actually saw up until when Formaldehyde starts, that's a different song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's Flatline, which you just got a whole other story with that one. So
okay. Anyway, let's go. So it's the first time I'm hearing it. I'll do a live reaction and review and hopefully get some insights from you on the making of this beast. So this is it. My first time with SSRI. I'm effing pumped. Okay, let's make sure this works.
My God, boy, stood ahead. Yeah. Yeah. What's all
Okay, bass player. What's your tuning on that? What do you tune them?
Drop A.
Drop A.
So I run a 135 through 70 strings, which is like the Ernie Ball Power Slinkies, and I bought a 5-string bass pack, but I use the 50. I cut it up in little 3-inch sections, use it to clean my bowl out with because it's pointless. But I play a 4-string bass, so I just like adjust the truss rod of my neck for the tension, to be able to run that tuning.
Straight, are you running through an amp or straight to a board on that?
For the recording, it's so I ran a 2005 SVT Classic with a 1978 Magnavox era 810, and then I had a 1970s SVT with a 1970s cab. And then the 70s SVT had a tube screamer dimed, and then the 2005 SVT was the gain cranked on the amp, and it was clean to mesh the tones. And then I ran a clean DI out, and we used a preamp that's Lemmy's tone, Lemmy's head. So we kind of merged the three tones in to make that tone for the song.
That is a nasty bass sound that is hard that's hard to accomplish. But that's the dirtiest nasty bass I've heard in a minute. Right. And I've heard some dirty nasty bass. Just for the record, I'm a 6-string player, so I like that full range.
Oh no, for sure. I've always been a 4-string player, and then when we started doing this stuff, I kind of, I knew we were tuning real low, and the only way I could get the string gauges that I really wanted was to like buy that 5-string pack. Now, I mean, I could get a custom set of strings, but they're like $45 a pack. I got 2 sets of strings and just throw away 2 strings. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I hate to waste things, but like, I mean, dude, monetarily, like it's the way to go.
Yeah.
But I also like, I'm very adamant about changing my strings. Like when we're out playing, I every fifth or sixth gig, I'm putting a new set of strings on my bass.
Good to know. Good to know.
I
Okay.
like that tight, crispy, crunchy tone that comes with new strings.
Yeah.
Also, I like my fingers to bleed sometimes. You know.
You're a sick man. Let's move on to this.
Like a bullet to the head. You can't kill what's already dead. Finally realize we're better split.
Okay, bass player. What's your tuning on that? What do you tune them?
Drop A.
Drop
I mean,
A.
So I run a 135 through 70 strings, which is like the Ernie Ball Power Slinkies, and I bought
Yeah.
5-string bass pack, but I use the 50. I cut it up in little 3-inch sections, use it to clean my bowl out with because it's pointless. But I play a 4-string bass, so I just like adjust the truss rod of my neck for the tension, to be able to run that tuning.
Straight, are you running through an amp or straight to a board on that?
For the recording, it's so I ran a 2005 SVT Classic with a 1978 Magnavox era 810, and then I had a 1970s SVT with a 1970s cab. And then the 70s SVT had a tube screamer dimed, and then the 2005 SVT was the gain cranked on the amp, and it was clean to mesh the tones. And then I ran a clean DI out, and we used a preamp that's Lemmy's tone, Lemmy's head. So we kind of merged the three tones in to make that tone for the song.
That is a nasty bass sound that is hard to that's hard to become. But that's the dirtiest nasty bass I've heard in a minute, and I've heard some dirty nasty bass. Just for the record, I'm a 6-string player, so I like that full range.
Oh no, for sure. I've always been a 4-string player, and then when we started doing this stuff, I kind of, I knew we were tuning real low, and the only way I could get the string gauges that I really wanted was to like buy that 5-string pack. Now, I mean, I could get a custom set of strings, but they're like $45 a pack. I got 2 sets of strings and just throw away 2 strings. Like, and I hate to waste things, but like, I mean, dude, monetarily, like it's the way to go.
Yeah.
But I also like, I'm very adamant about changing my strings. Like when we're out playing, I every fifth or sixth gig, I'm putting a new set of strings on my bass.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
I like that tight, crispy, crunchy tone that comes with new strings.
Yeah.
Also, I like my fingers to bleed sometimes.
You're a sick man. Let's move on to this. Man, this is heavy and dark. I didn't expect this. You were talking about your 90s influence, and then boom, straight into that voice sounds tortured.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a combination of Bon Scott from AC/DC.
Yeah.
Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Yeah.
And Dixie Dave from Weed Eater.
Dude, man, him and Dixie are like thick as thieves, bro.
Really?
Like yeah, dude. Like Mark and Dixie, like they have each other's phone numbers. They like text each other and stuff. Like they met each other, and it was just like like, how are you more Southern than me? Like, and it was just like, and they never talked about their bands or anything. They were just like telling bullshit stories to each other the whole time. And I'm just like, you know, we were, I think we were playing in Wilmington, and like, I mean, Dixie just showed up to the show, you know, and he's just there hanging out. Like, it was like the crowd parted like he's Moses.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
instead of a cane, he's got a bourbon and ginger in his hand, and he just walks up to the front and like puts his hand on the guardrail, and he's just like watching us play. And I'm like, all right, cool, Dixie's here. It's time to show off, you know? Like,
That's a great story, man.
yeah.
All right. Game of Thrones, the reference right there. I like it. You can't kill what's already dead.
It might be. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually a Game of Thrones reference.
Oh yeah.
Mark loves these like old Southern, old men, like things old Southern men say. Like Mark loves that stuff, and a lot of hooks are just like things his like papa would say to him when he was young, or like, you know, or things that like, you know, being around like old guys at like a Hardee's at 6 a.m, like that, like those kind of conversations. And he'll hear something and just be like, oh man, that's a hook. And I'm just like, yeah, dude. And then the way he sings it, like he talks that way. Like his voice sounds like, it's like you said, Bon Scott, like, dude, his voice sounds like that when he talks. And it's weird because you're just like, because he's so Southern, he's like I mean, the same thing with Dixie. Like Dixie sounds like he sounds like, that's just what it sounds like. Mark's the same kind of beast, man. He sounds like that, and he sounds like he smokes 1,000 packs of cigarettes a day, and he drinks 3 bottles benchmark, and probably does, you know, like he's just, you know, he's a wild boy, man. He's a fun one to take out on the road, because like he'll just, where's Mark at? But he always comes back up for call in the morning when we're leaving. So he always makes his way back.
He's a
Never
pro.
really worry about him too much.
In Game of Thrones, it's what's dead can never die. I think it's the motto of the Greyjoy family. It just reminded me of that.
I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
It is doom. Game of Thrones is.
Karst is always just like, you need to watch Game of Thrones, and I'm just like, I've made it this far, like, you know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You might be shocked. All right, man.
Probably
Let's see how much lower this can take us.
Oh, its dynamics about to change hard. So
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Goosebumps. That's awesome. I don't get speechless often. Um, like there's so much going on there. Can I start with the obvious?
Yeah, go.
The vocals are recorded in a way that I wish all vocals were recorded. It is right up front. I've got
Yeah.
these headphones on. I can hear every single word, every single syllable, every single breath.
Dirtiest riffs over top of it, and the
Yeah.
vocals are still clear.
And yet
There's
there's
the way
that
Mark layers his tracks. It's like eerie. I don't want to give away any secrets or anything, but he's
I
got
want those. See, that's why we're here. Give it away.
he's got this like it's very like Chris Cornell.
Okay.
So he goes in and he does all his highs, and then he comes in and like it's cool because like Mark's got this like this way with vocal cadences.
Yeah.
Where like when he's got a melody in his head, it matches every time. So like I mean, dude, like literally he single takes everything. So he goes in and he lays his highs out. He goes in and he lays his lows out, and then he does this like really quiet talk track to bury it in between, and then they compress it all together. And it gives this like eerie, weird. If you listen to Soundgarden stuff, like it feels like Chris Cornell has 3 or 4 voices.
Right.
And that's kind of how Mark approaches a lot of his vocals. It's that same kind of style.
The mastering, it's the recording, it's the mixing, the mastering of this
Yeah,
is
Jason
superb.
Groves is a bad guy. We had one guy do everything.
It's superb.
Jason Groves at Sneak Attack. He produced, he mixed, he mastered, he recorded. He had his hand in every inch of this thing. And he did the first album too, but he's also doing all the Hermano reissues for Ripple. He did the new Luna Soul stuff. And
Yeah, couple little bands to mention.
he was the bass player for Superfuzz back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a guy. He's a bad motherfucker, dude.
That
And
there's
I can praise what he did for us on this album more, man. And if any band's ever looking for somebody to take their sound to the next level, Jason Groves is the man. Like, I mean,
I'm not trying to do a hot take here. It's just when I hear this extreme music, and this is extreme. This is the most. I'm surprised you chose this for me because I'm more of the stoner desert,
Well-
psych. But this slammed and it really challenged me as a listener. It sucked me in literally, and there's so much.
Now you got to go listen to the rest of the album. I mean,
Well, that's happening. Like I have to do the review. It's like
once you listen to it in like consecutive order, it's like it's a whole like sonic experience. It's not just like song and song and song. Like everything kind of it's a 36 minute journey, and that's the way it's written, like,
so. The recording is spectacular. Now, as a bass player, like one of my favorite rhythm sections is Aaron and I'll forget his name. He's like my favorite drummer for Heav. Not the new guy, but the old one.
Yeah.
And senior moment, I'm forgetting. Like it is so hard to pull that timing down, right? To where
me and Andrew's been playing. Andrew's been my drummer for like 15 years.
It
and
sounds
it's kind of
like
an unfair advantage. It's kind of an unfair advantage. And Andrew's not a hi-hat, and nothing against it, but Andrew's just not one of those like straightforward drummers. He's very open, a lot of tom work.
Again,
a lot of
reminds me of Travis Foster, by the way.
He's a really loose drummer, and like, the first 2 or 3 years I played with him, it was really hard to get it. I didn't really understand because I'd always played with like a Travis bar.
Because that there's other bands that pull this.
Other shadow cloak figures and doom charts know that they need to give this guy a listen because it's not bad at all. And I'm very proud of what we've done as a band.
You should be.
Our evolution as a band and the sound that we've delivered. And we don't sound like anybody, man. Like Crop doesn't sound like anything else. And it's so rare to be a rock band right now and not sound like anything else. And that's kind of proud. I'm very proud dad right now.
Yes, I'll bet you are.